What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jamelio7 with Simpson 7 Gaming, and in this video I wanted to do a review on Marvel's Mystic Mayhem on Android and iOS platforms. I've been playing this game since launch, and I just kind of wanted to wait till I was at or the end game. I wanted to make sure I was at or close to the end game before I gave my opinions on the game, because I wasn't like a beta tester or anything like that. So let's get into it. So when you start the game, you start off on the screen like this. With this screen, you can look around and you can see all the heroes that you have. You can see the weapons that you have. They always show you the event tab here, so you can always see what events are going on, how long you have on event. It shows you that. As always, because it's a phone game, it's always going to be what's on sale. They're trying to get you to spend that $15 or $9 or $5 on things. You have a way to track your level. As you can see, I'm at 58, and you max out at 70. If you go here, this is what you call a Dreamweaver. And a Dreamweaver, this is where you spend your keys. If anybody who's playing or just started playing, the keys that you got in the pre-register, that'll be black keys. And this is all the heroes that you can get from the black keys. With the black keys, if you spend a certain amount, or they stop that, so that's not up there anymore. But with the other keys, silverish keys, if you spend 80 keys, you get an automatic 3-star Captain America. And if you spend 80 keys here, you get an automatic 3-star Spider-Man. And when you spend these keys on the Spider-Man one, you will get an Echo, or you'll get Psylocke, who's tied to Cap. Let's see. You get Lady Deadeye or Bullseye, and you get the Doppelganger here. You have your pass. This is basically like your battle pass, like with any other game. But most of the time, battle passes aren't essential. I just pay the $10 to get the battle pass because that's just what I do in games. Here you have your daily missions checklist. You know, you come and got to do your dailies. So that's that. And then you have your main mission, and it starts all the way from the beginning, and you go through each phase, and you can't go to the next phase of the list until you do the Trials of Ashante. And Trials of Ashante are tied to your level. So every time you're about to hit a leveling milestone, which is at 10, you have to do the Trials of Ashante, and you have to fight an NPC, probably one of your heroes. The cool thing about it is a lot of times the hero is much more powerful than your version of it, so you get to see what they can really do. As far as characters, this is all the characters you can get. So you have Juggernaut. Well, I have my favorite, so your list might look different. You get Juggernaut, Moon Girl, and Double Dinosaur. Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur is cool because they actually count as 2 characters. You have Scarlet Witch. She's an absolute beast in single target armor, a mutant with defense capabilities. She's a tank. I didn't know who this was at first, but Sleepwalker is actually a pretty powerful character. You have Dream Queen. She's actually the daughter of the antagonist in this story, Nightmare. You have the fan favorite Iron Man. You're not gonna have a Marvel game without Iron Man. That's just what it is. You're gonna have Iron Man. Same with Captain America. I will say though, counting that NetEase is the same company that created Marvel Rivals, I think outside of the standard people that you're gonna put in, like Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, they did a good job of throwing some new people that may not make it to Rivals into this game, which is, I think, it's smart marketing, because when you sign up with an IP as big as Marvel, I think it's dope that they thought outside the box. Like, let's make another game for people who like to build characters and stuff like that, because Rivals isn't that kind of game. And let's put like the Falcon and Man-Thing. You know, they took advantage of the hype from Century from Thunderbolts. So you have Storm, Doctor Strange, Thor, Mr. Negative, Angela. How many people outside of Snap and hardcore comic book fans know who Angela is? You know? You have Thread, Hulk, but that's not how Hulk looks normally. In my costume video, I showed that you have a costume shop now, so this is what Hulk base looks like. I just got that free costume, I put it on. So you got Mr. Knight, Moon Knight, and Black Knight. I skipped over characters that I already showed from Dreamweaver because it's the same animation. You have your main menu, and a lot of this stuff goes over what I showed. So I'll start off with the Dreamscape. The Dreamscape, this is where you'll spend most of your early hours at. You're gonna be in the main story. And the story is pretty cool. Like if you're a person that's in the lore in the story, you can autoplay the story, and most of it's voice acted, so that's pretty cool. And it kind of, I'm at the part of the story where I just fought Namor, so I know Namor is coming. I know he's going to be a character that you're going to be able to play with soon. So I think that's pretty cool. Then you have Memento. Memento was a little weird to me at first. I didn't really get it, but what Memento is harder versions, a tougher version of what you've already fought against in the story missions. So Memento, you come back for a little challenge and more XP. It's an alternate route to getting more experience to level your character up. Then there's Nightfall. When the game first stopped, it was this eye thing with eyes on his hands or whatever. But in this particular 2-week period, we got the dragon armor, and it was tied to armor. You got the games of Khonshu. When the game first came out, you had I think it was the challenge of Crimson, and you just it's basically a, like if you continue, you go in, you pick your characters, and then you take on the challenges of Khonshu. And the higher your score, you get these different items at the bottom. Also, there's a shop, and you can use your rewards to buy things from the shop. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool. As far as resource management, because you're gonna need funds to like level up your characters and level up your artifacts and stuff like that. I'm gonna get into that a little bit. But as far as the funds and whatnot, this is one thing. And me not being an avid phone player, I didn't really understand a lot of this stuff at first. But when I started to get it, basically you would fight it. You would use your currency up top to challenge it one time, and then once you get a check mark, meaning you beat it in 3 stars, you can then farm it and use the combat simulators up right next to the other currency, and then you can just basically just auto win and get what you need like that. So I thought that was dope. And you can do the same thing for this currency. And both of these are very necessary for leveling up everything in the game. So I thought it was cool that they gave you what to do it. As far as your talents and whatnot and leveling up your characters, is pretty much the same thing as what I just explained with the currencies. You need these materials to level up your characters. And then if you notice at the bottom, they always give you recommended characters for each fight. Runes are the same thing, but these materials are used to level up your skills and your talents, because each character fights differently, and you can kind of like tailor your character to how you want to structure your team. And each has its own fight that progressively gets harder, and then, but like I said, the same thing, if you beat it on 3 stars, then you can auto farm it. So that's cool. And then the Fabled Finds, It's where you get your artifacts. Fun fact, you kind of want to chill out with the Fabled Foes until you get a 4. Once you get the 4, that's pretty much the end game. You don't want to farm it too much until you get to 4. And 4, the recommended level is level 54. And once you get to level 54, then you start getting the gold materials. And the gold materials are things that really can set your character apart. So those gold artifacts are pretty strong. What else we got? So we're going to go back. Let's go back. So do you have challenges? Challenges? I've gotten off into them. So this is kind of like an ongoing thing that gives you rewards for each one that you defeat. And you just keep going until you can't, honestly. You keep going until you can't beat a mission, and then you go get stronger and you come back. But once you beat it on any star, you get access to the next mission. I stopped a lady Bullseye because she's a bitch, and I gotta get stronger to come back and fight her. Alliance, it works just like any other guild. I'm a guild leader of Citizen 7 Gaming. Feel free if you end up playing a game and you want to join the alliance. Come check us out, man. We as it currently stands, we are 35 or 40. The max alliance number at it's gonna be 50. So we have 15 spots available for people who want to come hang out. And there is an in-game chat. You have a world chat. You have a guild chat. You have a friend list. As if I have people want to be friends. Accept those. Their friend list is full. So we have that. You can convert items here. And this is all right. So when you're using the Dreamweaver, when you get certain things, you get this stuff called the Dream Dust. And then when you get other like heroes and stuff, you get this stuff, which is called Dream Sand. And they have two different markets. Then this is your alliance shop. And you get alliance points just by participating in different stuff in your alliance, and you get different rewards and stuff like that. So this is part of the benefit, because you can get really strong items from the alliance shop just by being part of a good alliance, an active alliance, I should say. So we went over. Then you have team info. Team info is basically on your character sheet where you can set up your support heroes, so that when you're friends with someone or you're in alliance with someone, that these 3 support heroes at the bottom are heroes that your friends and alliance members can use in their mission, because you can bring one of someone else's heroes on the mission if it's too difficult or you don't have that character leveled up yet. You have your level rewards. Like I said, you get that from just leveling up your character. You have a friends list. We talked about the chat. And produce is basically your crafting station. You can, for both the materials to level up your talents and your skills, you can craft a scrap, basically break down. So it's decon and craft. And to level up your tank, support, striker and fighter, this is the same thing. You can craft and decon here. Inventory, this is where everything's held. You have your highlights, you have your artifacts, and you have your valuables, your currencies and whatnot. Explore is another cool feature. Explorer basically works like you send. It's kind of like anybody who play Monster Hunter or any game like that, where you send your pallet codes off, your extra pallet codes off on missions, and they bring back materials. This will help you get materials without, while you're not playing or while you're away. Then a game would be a game without an achievement list, and you get different things for completing certain achievements. If we go back to hero, so when you look at your hero list, you see Juggernaut as a defender. These are the materials that you need to ascend him, because the max level is 5 stars. My Juggernaut is 3 stars. So I need 9 more of these purple gems to get Juggernaut to be a 4-star. These is where you put your artifacts. Artifacts have an artifact ability, but then they have random rolls on it, right? So like the shield flight pack, it increases the wearer's attack speed by 40% for 10 seconds after they use the skill, which can be it's super beneficial. But then you look at the other stuff like the health, the attack, the special damage bonus, and then more attack. Once you start getting the gold ones though, the gold ones are different in the sense of, because the purple ones max out at level 16. So you can't, once you hit max level, the purple ones, you can't do anything to them. With the gold ones though, they max out at level 20, and they give you the ability to refine them. And when you refine them, you're able to change everything that's not standard for that item. So that gives the flexibility to make your Juggernaut different from another player's Juggernaut, which that's the part about games that I love. I don't want, when I play with Juggernaut, yeah, he may play a certain kind of way, but my Juggernaut could be different from yours because I may be invested in a different kind of way in that Juggernaut. Then you look at the skills. You have each skill that tells you how the skills work, what they do. You level those skills all the way up to 7, so every 10 levels. Then you have the passive abilities that further augment your character. You have highlights. Highlights are things that you put on your character that have their own abilities, similar to artifacts, but it's another way to change how your character functions. And there's different highlights for each type. The defender, tank, support, different highlights. So, and all of them do something different. They have similar baselines, but they do something different to change how that particular character is going to work. And you can enhance those. Basically, with enhancing, you can level it up just like you level up your character. And you can also feed other highlights into that one. So don't decon, because I made that mistake. Don't decon your extra highlights. Feed them into one that you're going to use to make it more powerful. We talked about the artifacts, and this is another thing. This is kind of like an in-game, best of the best type of mid-maxing, where it's called the Soul Saga, and there's 2 paths you can go down. But ultimately, you play long enough, you're going to go down both paths, but you kind of decide which way you want to go first. And once you max that out, you start working on the other side. And once you're finished, you get the final one, and that'll unlock everything that you need. And all of the characters look like that. Like I said, if you look at the bottom left corner of each icon, it shows you what kind. So you have the Defender for Juggernaut, a Support for Double Dinosaur, Striker for Scarlet Witch, and where's the Fighter? Fighter for Mr. Negative. But all in all, the games are a pretty fun game. What I'll do is I'll start one of the events so that you can kind of see. I'm gonna do the event where they fight for us, just so you can see the. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I am going to do just a regular fight real fast so everyone can see how it goes. Because the fights aren't that long, and don't take that much effort. All right. So once you pick your team, you can set up how you want them to start off. Once you set that up, you start. And as you can tell, she's Juggernaut doing this tanking thing. And as you can see, that was pretty much a fight. I didn't bring the most optimal team for that fight, which I could have, but I brought that, and we got 2 stars after it was over. Yeah, they give you your rewards. You see what that is, tap to continue, and that's pretty much it. And you're basically using your resource. If you can, as you can tell, Lady Bullseye is available Monday, Saturday, and Sunday, so she's gonna be available all weekend. Everybody has different days, and this list is gonna change weekly. So you can wait till your particular day to go against someone that you have a strong team against. I mean, I guess that over the life of the game, you always have members that you can level up to fight against any day. But at the beginning, you want to kind of like pick and choose your day. But yeah, man, that is Marvel Mystic Mayhem in a nutshell. Hopefully, I touched on every part of the game that people will be wondering about. And if you have any questions, and if you made it this far, definitely leave a comment. If you're interested in any more of my videos, definitely look into subscribing to the channel, hitting that notification button. Also, drop a like, because, trying to get this algorithm on my team. But until the next one, it's your boy Jameli 07. Peace.